Hey guys, so whenever a client come to us, the first topic of discussion is what business structure do you want to have? So whether the client may be having an ongoing business or they are thinking of setting up a new business, having the correct business structure is very important because all your compliance, your tax planning, your accounting process depends upon the business structure. And having the correct business structure will facilitate ease of business as well as the end result, that is the management report which you get at the end of each month or at the end of each quarter, and helps you decide how you want to go forward in your business, how you want to take care of the prices, of the costing, and so on and so forth. Basically, it can aid you improve your top line and bottom line. So today's topic is why should you go for a private limited over a LLP, that is limited liability partnership. The similarity of a private limited and an LLP is that both are incorporated on the MCA, both are body corporates, but saying that LLP is an improvisation over the concept of a partnership firm. Unlike a partnership firm, LLP has a benefit of limited liability. Both private limited and LLP enjoy benefit of limited liability and going concern. Let us discuss why a private limited is beneficial as compared to an LLP. The first and most important point is audit. In a private limited, audit is compulsory. You may not have turnover of even 1 rupee and still audit is compulsory in case of a private limited. Now, as against this, audit is compulsory in case of an LLP when the turnover exceeds 40 lakh. Now, in a private limited, there are directors. The owners of a private limited are the shareholders. So, there is a clear distinction between directors and shareholders. The one who manage the private limited are the directors and the one who own it are the shareholders. Now, in case of an LLP, as I said, it's an improvisation over the partnership firm. In an LLP, there are partners. So there is no clear distinction between owners and managers. So whenever you decide a business structure, it is also prudent to think about where will the funds come from. Do you want to approach a venture capitalist or do you want foreign funds to come into India? Also, once the foreign funds come in, how will hence whenever you make the profit, how will the repatriation happen? So many questions are there, and these are really important to be addressed at the time of selecting the kind of business structure you want. That is, before you go on to create an LLP or a private limited. And once it is clear, you have a clear view ahead, you can go for the same. Now, a private limited is the better option when you want to go to a venture capitalist or want to get foreign funds into India. Also, if you want to approach an angel investor, private companies have a tad advantage over LLPs. Also, if you want to attract great talent by offering ESOPs, employee stock option plans, then then private limited is the go-to option for you because such an option is not available in case of an LLP. Now, in case of a private limited, perpetual succession is applicable in the real sense. That is, even if all directors die in an unfortunate event, even then the private limited will still go on. Such a scenario is not possible in case of an LLP. If all partners of an LLP die, then the LLP will have to dissolve. LLP cannot retain profit in the same way as a private limited can. Private limited can issue shares which an LLP cannot do. Also, one of the reasons why venture capitalists and foreign fund houses go for a private limited is because for a private limited, audit is compulsory, and even though in an LLP audit is compulsory when the turnover increases 40 lakhs, for a private limited, because the audit is done from the get-go. So as we have already discussed in the previous video why you should go for a private limited over an LLP, now let's discuss why you should go for an LLP over a private limited. An LLP is not required to conduct quarterly board meetings or annual general meeting. Also, it does not require a special resolution or an ordinary resolution for the approval of its stakeholders. Now, such a condition is compulsory in case of private limited, and therefore for decision making purpose LLP is much easier than a private limited. Next point is capital withdrawal. In a private limited, withdrawal of capital is a long process for which special resolution of the owner is required and also approval of the NCLT is required. It may even take up to a month to get the capital reduced. In an LLP, withdrawal of capital can be done by showing it as drawings of partner, and it's just a matter of transferring the money through a check. Also, next, infusion of capital is also a long due process in case of a private limited. It requires approval of the shareholders and filing with the registrar. In case of an LLP, it's just a matter of bank transfer and capital is transferred. And the last point is, in case of a private limited company, audit is compulsory. While in case of an LLP, when the turnover increases 40 lakhs, only then the audit is compulsory. So there is obviously saving of compliance cost in case of an LLP because audit is not compulsory till the turnover increases 40 lakhs. I would like to ask you all a question. Suppose I have a holding company in Canada and a subsidiary company in India, and the Canadian company is paying for all the expenses which are happening in India, obviously, and the condition is that it wants regular reimbursements or it wants regular remittances from India to Canada. Now, for such a kind of transaction, which is the best structure? Do you know? And if you would like to know, please comment and I will make a different video for this.